statistics when you were in your senior high? Okay, na isa. Okay. So Jared, Jerome, Reynalyn. Okay, how about the others? Wala pa? Okay. Wala ra kabot og 10 ang naay statistics dire. What about Kim? Kim, what was your kuan kanang strand when you were in senior high? Kim Roberto,
Yes, miss.
what was your strand?
Gas, miss.
Okay. So wala mo'y statistics. Okay.
Yes.
Sige. Alright. Sige. So, ubay-ubay po din, no? Ang wala. Sige. So, what about sa katong kuan, be? Uban ka ng, when we say statistics, what do you mean by that? Unsa may inyuhang butang sa hunahuna? Anyone? Anyone? Wala?
Collecting data, miss.
Collecting data. Imuhang name is Zoom user sa ako, ha? Kinsa din? How is that possible?
Hello, sorry, miss. Kay sa kwan, wait, ako i-change, miss.
Sige, change sa kay Zoom user ang nakabutang day. So you are 1F, no? This is 1F. Sige, so it is collecting data now. Let's try to look at these examples. Okay, here. Let's have Joanna, Keith, Lim. Please read this one, the first one. Joanna.
Nearly 1 in 7 US families are struggling with bills from medical expenses, even though we have health insurance. So, physically fit. Wait.
Okay. Sige, how about the second one? Let's have Fredchilin.
Eating 10 grams of fiber a day reduces the risk of heart attack by 14%.
Okay, the third one. Let's have Jerome.
30 minutes of exercise 2 or 3 times each week can raise HDLs by 10% to 15%
Okay.
or potential.
Okay, so what about the fourth one? Christine Ardiente.
In 2008, the average credit card debt of a college student was $3,150.
Okay, how about the fifth one? Let's have Angelica.
About 15% of men in the United States are left-handed and 9% of women are left-handed.
Okay, good. Now let's have Nicole for the last one.
The median age of people who watch the Tonight Show with Jay Leno is 48.1.
Okay, so sige, thank you. So this obviously these are examples of statistics, no? So what have you observed with the examples? Be? What have you observed? Who would like to try? Okay, Habel, Divrelay.
It's like a survey, miss, with
Mm.
numerical data.
Okay, that's very good, no? It has Murashag survey, no? That Murashag survey o kanang dating, no? With, of course, kanang kuan siya na siya mga numbers included. Dili lang kay istorya lang, no? Na siya kanang kuan na siya ipamutang nga mga numbers, no? Okay, what else? What else? Ito pa may inyong na-observe. Raise your hand if you'd like to try. Okay, so kana no? So it's like a survey. So for example, let's have um in 2008, okay, the average credit card debt for college student was $3,000. Oh, so naay ka na more siya ka ng na siya gihimo nga survey, and then iyang na conclude nga ang average credit card sa mga college students kay $3,000. So no, it's like it's ingana siya nga pagka-present. So unsa gyud ni ang statistics? So statistics is a science of conducting studies, no, to collect, organize, summarize, analyze, and draw conclusions from the data. So mo din na siya di ay. So katotanan kanita na ang examples, no, ka wala sila ni conclude ani basta-basta lang, no? What they do is they collect and organize the data and then summarize and analyze it, no? Wala sila na kanang buot-buot lang og conclude with this kaning mga storya-storya diri. They have statistics, no? They studied it. Okay, so ingon ana. So use statistics used to analyze the results of surveys as a tool in scientific research to make decisions based on controlled experiment. No, so it is used to analyze the result. Okay, kanang mag-survey ta, no? Amo na siyang ginagamit ang statistics. I-analyze dayon nato through statistics, no? Ang tanang mga survey nga atong nakuha. Okay, and then other use of statistics include operations, no? Pwede siya sa operations, pwede siya sa kanang quality control, estimation, and prediction. Okay? Sige. So, for this one, why do we study statistics man? No? Anong kinahanglan man ta mga study sa statistics? Like professional people, you must be able to read and understand the various statistical studies performed in your fields, no? Of course, manarbaho man mo in the future, di ba? You will always be having the statistics, no? Example lang sa ako, I was in the costing sa Corlanda. But then we were asked to study sa sa production line, no? So for example sa ako, na ako sa painting department, iyang gipa-study sa ako ang kuan ang sana ang enamel. So, I use statistics to present sa akong boss after sa ako ang study. No? Ingon ana. So, why do we study sad? Because you may be able to conduct research in your field. So kana katong yung ganina. You may be able to conduct research and also in your side and in your future when you will be in the higher years, you will be asked to do research na sad. Even in your even when you were in 'di ba when you were in senior high, you were asked to do research man, di ba? Kasi nakatry na diri og research when you were in your senior high. Raise your hand. Okay. Oh, ubay-ubay ang nakaagi og research. Di ba? Although before, you were not able to kanang use the correct data in having the research, for at least kanang dito na mo padung, no? Nakasugod na mo. So nga na ang inyuha na lang is to know the very details on how to do the statistics. Okay? And then to accomplish this, you must be able to design experiments, collect, organize, analyze, and summarize data, and possibly make reliable predictions or forecast for future use, no? Then you must be able to communicate the results of the study in your own words. Okay? Sige. Okay. Now let's have the third one. Okay? You can use the knowledge gained from studying statistics to become consumers, better consumers and citizens. So, some example, ani. So, I'll give you an example. When I will become a mother, no? Okay, kita, may nahan naman kita pa dong girls. So, you have to know which milk are better para sa tong bata, no? Na kanang affordable siya. And then, it could also give kanang higher butanta more on the IQ man gyud na ang milk, di ba? So nga na. So kanang we have to choose daghan biya kayo og milk in the market, no? So we have to kanang think o kanang find ways nga unsa man nato pagkahibaw. So we do some research, okay? We do some research. So what, for example, okay. Yes, Mary Ann, you're saying something? Unsa? Okay, basta napindot lang, no? Okay. Okay, sige. So, yung nga na, ano? So, as I've said, continue to sa ako example. So, kato siya. If kanang if naay ka na unsa tawagan na mo na mapili ta kung unsa pinaka best nga kuan sa market, so we do our study. So of course yun sa man ako, so I read mga news, I research in the FB, I've joined ka ng groups in FB on how to choose unsa siya pinaka best milk. So I take a vote sa mga tao, so unsa man yung best nga milk para sa bata, and then they answer. So yan na. And then it's and then I ask my parents, my mother, my aunties, no, my friends, nga katong nanganak na, sa anak, no? So, and then I collect the data. Oh, grabe kayo, no? Collect the data, yun. And then, found the conclusion nga mas maayo dito ang akong gihatag sa akong anak, no? Although kanang dili kay siya nga nakamahal, but then it gives the same result sa pinakamahal nga gatas, which is S26, no? Sa ingon ana nga mga decisions to make. Okay? Sige. So now let's proceed. Okay, just a moment ha. Okay, so let's proceed. So now let's have this one. So we will kanang kuan sa terms. No, we will kanang atong ikuan atong kagalingan sa mga terms here in statistics. So first we have a variable. What is a variable? A variable is a characteristic or attribute that can assume different values, no? So katong niagi nag kanang geometry, algebra, trigo, di ba naman variable x and y? And then x and y can assume different values. So the same sa na siya diri sa statistics, no? There is a variable, or there are variables to be considered. Okay? And then we have the data. So data are the values that variables can assume. So mo din na siya. So ang variables, asa man ta mangitag source sa mga variables. So muna siya ang data. Data from asa na to gi-collect. Okay? Nasabtan? And then we have random variables. Our variables whose values are determined by chance. Okay, and then we have data set. It's a collection of data values. Data value or datum is each value in the kanang in the data set. Okay? Sige. So we have here two different kinds of statistics. We have descriptive and inferential statistics. Okay, what is descriptive statistics? No, descriptive is consists of collection, organization, summarization, and presentation of data. So it's merely collection, organization, summarization, and presentation. No, so it's just merely ingon ana. Okay, so let's have an example. Some example and miss yung murag book man. So let's have an example. So by the way, you can open the book if you want, no? So na example, there's a book. Consider the national census conducted by the US government. So what do you mean by census? Be, what do you mean by census? Would like to answer. Let's have Princess. Princess?
No, ma'am.
Yes, what do you mean by census? What do you mean by census?
Kang survey conducted on the whole scope of observation.
Unsa?
Kang kuan man ba kang survey ka mag kuan sa survey conducted of
Unsa may lai survey day?
mga observe ka mga na observation man ba na
Unsa may unsa lang gi-observe?
ka mga object na belonging to a given population nang
Kinakaso nakadong na ka na naay mag-census sa inyo day?
wala ma'am.
O ba mo kadong sa kanang naay mag-census? Okay? Okay, kisa man dire eh. Nakasuway na o kanang naay mag-census sa ilaha.
Mga tanan pila ka buok sa balay.
Oo ka na. Sakto, Jared, no? Jamaica. So, ingana, no? Naay magkanang panuktok sa ato, ah. I think that was every summer, pero murag every 5 years, raman siguro na siya. So, naay manuktok sa inyo nga, ma'am, sir, kaya na pila di mo kabuk sa balay. Nya, kaya na pila di kapamilya ang naadiri. Kinsa inyong mama, kinsa inyong papa, pila yung mga edad ninyo, kana, muna siya mag-census, no? So, muna siya sa atong example. So, sa atong example is that national census conducted by the US every 10 years until US. So, results of the census give you an average age, income, and other characteristics, no? For example, pila man ka buhok kanang nag-edad diri og 60 pataas. So, kana, ilan na isuwat. Pila man diri ang kasagaran sweldo sa imong mamang papa, sa imong mama, pila, sa imong papa, wala. Unsa may trabaho sa imong mama? Wala. Ang sa imong papa, kay wala gihapon. Kana, sumuna sila, ilan ang makutan no? So, diha na to makita ang mga butang ta sa Mandawi, particularly sa Basa. Uy, sa Basa kay kuan kanang daghan ang way trabaho ng mga papa na uy sa Basa kay daghan nag-edad og 60 pataas kaysa sa kabangkalan. O, nga na, no? So, to obtain this information, the Census Bureau must have means to collect relevant data. So, sa tuwa diri, kay katong mga tao nga nagsuroy, no? Katong pangsildoan sa gobyerno nga, o, suroyan ninyo, imuha ning kuan diri kaning sa basak to basak pagsabungan inyo haning duha suruyan ninyo sa kabuan. O, di ba? Nga naon di nga na nila. So, nigumanda yun nila og collect sa mga data pag human og usa ka buwan i-collect man na nila, no, nila din ang i-organize and then summarize. So, nga na, and then ikahuman i-present din na nila dito ni Cortez, no, kisa gani kuan karon mayor sa kuan Mandawi.
Jonas Cortez po.
Cortez.
Oh, si Cortez, no? Very good. Kailan isa silang mayor day. So, ang ganina na klase o kaila silang mayor. So, muna siya, no? Kanang ilahang, presente na nila ni Jonas Cortez nga mayor, mo ni siya ang pinakadaghan sa Mandawi. Ang mga taga-upaw ang pinakadaghan o kanang nagpuyo. Anya, ang daghan nga tiguwang kay naa sa kabangkalan. Yang daghan mga bata kay nasa basak. So, yan na. So, muna siya, ila din ang i-present. So, the way po pag-present ang katong nag-organize sa census is they present it in some meaningful forms such as charts, graph, or tables, no? They will present it as like ingana, no? Through charts, graph, or tables. Okay? Sige, now let's proceed to the second one, which is inferential statistics. So, inferential statistics is medyo kanang detailed din siya and medyo complicated, no? Ano tayo computations ani. Sige. So, inferential statistics consist of generalizing from samples to populations, performing estimations and hypotheses, tests, determining relationships and among variables and making predictions, no? So daghan pa siya ko ayaha siya makapredict. So kailangan pa ka og mukuha og samples from population. So unsa man ay nang population? No, unsa din ang population? Population consists of all subjects, human or otherwise, that are being studied. So atong example ganina isang Mandawi man, no? So whole Mandawi ato ang gi-studyhan. So the whole Mandawi is the population. Okay? So what about the sample? Kaya ang giingon man diri nga mukuha daw ta og samples from populations, no? Okay, so a sample is a group of subjects selected from a population. So, yung ana. So, gikan din na siya sa, katan sa Mandawi, there are 20, butang to, there are 50,000 people living in Mandawi. So, kailangan ba yun na siya studihan na to tanan? No? If census, yes. No? But if it's not census, if for example, kuan lang siya, kanang nalantay gi-conduct nga study nga kanang mag-study ta for pila kaha ang naisakit nga diabetes sa whole Mandawi ngana, no? So for that dili na siya kanang maayo to study tanan. So we have to compute for the sample na pila ka samples out of 50,000 people in Mandawi. Pila kay ang sample ana, no? So will compute na siya, but you will know that one in the kuan na, near future. Okay? So yung ana, so a sample is a group of subjects selected from a population. Okay? And we also have this one, inferential statistics uses probability. Is a chance of event occurring. So, unsa ganina, nakagi na mo probability when you were in your senior high? Kasi nakagi na. Raise your hand. Okay, si Clarence, si Renaline. So, nanay, probability, no? O, daghan naman di ay nakakuha ng probability. So, actually, probability is, para na ako, very, kuan, good siya ka ng, kapoy hunahuna. No, you'll have to think, you have to compute also, no? So, mo na siya. And then, for example, kaya pinaka-common yun is ang gambling, no? If you play cards, dice, bingo, or lotteries, you win or lose according to the laws of probability. So probability theory is also used in the insurance industry and other areas. Okay, so muna siya. So for example, and sa may probability na ko nga makakuha og alas in the game. So there are 4 aces, so 4/52 ba na? Pila na ako cards? 52. So there are 4 out of 52 chances to get aces in the koan, in the cards, no? So yun ana. Okay, who would like to share sa probability? Example. Naa? Ay gusto mo share? Wala? Okay, sige lang. We will know probability later. Sige. So now we have this one. Inferential statistics also has hypothesis testing, no? It's where a decision-making process for evaluating claims about a population based on information obtained from samples, no? So, yun, example, this one. So, a researcher may wish to know if a new drug will reduce the number of heart attacks in men over 70 years of age, no? So, yung ana, muna siya yung kuan, kanang hypothesis, no? There, for this one, we have two groups, no? We have two groups of men over 70. Yeah. For example, two groups, 20 people each group, no? Ang first group 1 would be given a drug, katong drug nga maka-reduce of heart attack. And then the second one, tagaan gyapon sila og drug but not the same drug. It's a placebo lang, okay? A substance with no benefits. Mura lang kanang dili man na sila ipahibaw nga na study. So mura lang og kanang kuan ba? Pa-char-char lang no nga kanang naay gipatake kunuhay. So nga na but in reality they are studied no kung unsa bagyod. So it will really if it will really reduce the number of heart attacks. So nga na. So at the end of the kuan, at the end of the study, the number of heart attacks occurring in each room would be counted. A statistical test would be run and a decision would be made about the effectiveness of the drug. So depende na dayon sa results sa kanang kuan, results sa study. So for example, the study will be kanang sana will be kanang study sila for like 1 year, no? And then after 1 year, pila man kabuok patay namatay sa group 1 nga katong ni take sa new drug and then i-compare din siya sa group 2. No? Yan na. So that is hypothesis testing. Napod tay, this one, napod also kanang relationships. So statisticians also use relationships, statistics to determine relationships. So for example, very common is ang smoking and health, no? So, unsa may relation sa smoking sa atong health? Naa ba kaha or wala? So, ana. So, that's a one example. Or unsa may relationship sa kuan sa kanang at kanang sa atong uyab sa atong pag-eskwela, no? Naa ba kaha? Makadaot ba siya or makamaayo, no? So, nga na. And then for this one, smoking ang health lang ilahan, no? So for this, si kinsa man to siya na ay nag-study a surgeon no in the US in 1964. He stated that after reviewing and evaluating the data, his group found a definite relationship between smoking and lung cancer. Okay, so mao day na di ay. So he kanang wala sa siya niingon nga ang smoking is ang reason sa lung cancer. No? Dili wala pa siya ni conclude ana, no? Kay dili even kita karon, di ba? Dili man ta maka-conclude nga kanang siya namatay siya sa lung cancer kay smoker siya. No, it's not. No, it will depend good, no? So mo na siya naghimo siya study kung unsa man gi relationship. So this conclusion was based on the study done in 1958. No, there were 187 men and were observed over a period of 45 months. So na ay almost 200,000 katao nga gi-studyhan over 45 months, no? So part of them were smokers, part of also them were not non-smokers, no? So and then it finally after studying it as it was found out na those people who were there are a lot of people 10 times greater sa namatay sa lung cancer kay ang mga smoker. Okay? So yun ana. Yung ana niya pag conclude. So mostly the ay sa namatay before of lung cancer, most of them were smokers. No? And then lesser ra ang non-smokers. Okay? So mura yung ana siya. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Wala question? Sabtan ra, raise your hand if you agree. If nakasabot. Gamay ra nakasabot. Okay, that's good. No, so nga na. So if kanang inyong connection bitaw is dili kayo nga nakanindot, you can always read the book ha, and you can always open the book the I said. Ha? Okay, so now let's have this one. So let's try this example, no? So the example in the book, this one, kindly read Darwin.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Ring statistic and the new planet, Miss.
Yes.
Summer of 2005, astronomers announced the discovery of a new planet in our solar system. Astronomers have Dubbed in Sina, we also discovered that it has a moon that is larger than Pluto. Sina is about 9 billion miles from the Sun. Some sources say 10 billion. Its diameter is about 4,200 miles. Its largest temperature has been estimated at 40% Fahrenheit and it takes 560 years to circle the Sun.
Okay, so thank you. So how do we compare Senna to other planets? So we have the kaning kuan mga data gathered no from our kanang observation. So no kanang sa kuan ni siya sa NASA ni siya gikan no. So we have the different planets in our solar system. We have the diameter, distance from the sun, orbital period, no, in terms of days, and siya in terms of million miles. This one is the temperature in terms of Fahrenheit and the number of moons, no? So we have this one. So let's try to compare Senna to the other planets, okay? So with these statistics, we can make some comparison. For example, Senna is about the size of the planet Mars. Okay. Size of the planet Mars, but it is over 21 times the size of Pluto. Okay, so why ngano ni ingon man siya nga Senna is about the size of planet Mars? Nicole. Ano nakaingon siya nga Senna is about the size of planet Mars? Nicole?
Oh, wala po ko kabalo miss nga na.
My God. Ano ka, no? So, can you try to look at the datas here? Tanawa daw ang data here, Nicole.
Wait sa miss Blair, manggod sa ako miss.
Okay, can you open the book?
Oh, sige. Mula dyan sa ako miss sa phone ra manggod ko.
Okay, sige. So, next time ka na, if possible nga pwede ra siya ma-open imong book, i-open na lang imong book ha, pero dili ka ma-behind. Dili ka makaingon nga wala ka kay bao. It's in the kuan man said. It's in the example man said, no?
Okay,
Okay.
sorry miss.
Okay, sige na let's have kuan Rafa. Yes, Rafa.
Fun, miss. Sa article kay nakabutang nga it's about 4,200 diameter, and then sa Mars pod nakabutang is 4,222, so gamay ra ilang likas.
Okay, so gamay ra siya no. So as we take a look at the diameter sa Mars, it's around 4,222 and then it says here nga ang Senna is 4,200 miles. So most likely they are the same. But what about here? It says here that Senna is over 21 times the size of Pluto. Din man nagkuhan 21. So pila di ang size sa Pluto?
Sa distance, miss?
Ha? Yes, kanang sa diameter gihapon. It says here that Mars but it is over 21 times the size of Pluto. So pila di ang size sa Pluto? Okay. Who would like to try? Yes, Fretcheline.
Try ani Miss ha.
Okay.
Sa Pluto kay 1,485.
Mm-hmm.
Then ang Sana is 4,200.
Mm-hmm.
Then if ay wait sa Miss. Wala naglibog na ko.
Okay. So ngano ka ha? Let's kana sige, I'll give you an idea. Try to use ratio and proportion on this one kasi gusto mo try. Okay, sige. Let's have that na sige, Renalyn.
Kura Miss, try
Sige,
sa dako Miss kay.
sige go.
Dili ako Miss kay ang diameter sa Sana is 4,200 miles, then ang diameter sa Pluto is 1,485. Then feel ako Miss
Mhm.
gikuha ilang area sa whole circle Miss ba sa sphere, then
Mhm.
gi-divide siya Miss, then
Ah.
or to Miss.
So area di ikuan siya sa area or kaniyo volumes. Okay, no? So yung ana, very good. So muna siya nga nikaingon siya over 21 times and then you will compare man din ang results, no? Okay, sige. What about the next one? It takes about twice as long to circle the sun as Pluto. So nga nung nakaingon siya gingon ana. It takes about twice as long to circle the sun as Pluto. Kaya nga no, kaha, what is the orbital period?
It takes about
Okay, who'd like to try?
Kuan Miss, i-times 2 ang orbital.
Okay, so unsa man? Sige, kumpleto haday.
I-times 2 ang orbital sa Pluto,
Okay,
which
and
is nahog as 181.
181. And then what about the Sana? Sana is only 560. So how do you say nga kuan na twice siya? The numbers did not meet man. Sige, Melvin.
Ang Senamis kay nga may ang iyang pag-orbit sa sun kay 560 years
Mm-hmm.
nya years man na. So
So,
i-convert na to siya into days is
pila?
560 years times 360.
Mm-hmm.
Then mahimo siyang 200 kapin
Uh-huh.
thousand. Then 200 200,000 divided by 90 is 2 2 kapin is 2.20 something.
Okay, so that's good, no? So, it's so that's why nga ni conclude diri sa comparison is it takes about twice as long to circle the sun. Okay, you have to convert the 561st into the days kaya ang orbital period is by days man in terms of days, no? So we have 200 something, no? And then when you divide it to kuan, when you divide it to kanang sa orbital days sa Pluto, it's around 2.2 something. So muna siya, it takes about twice as long. You can also multiply 90,000 588 times 2, it's also 181. So, most likely, dool na siya sa 200, no? So, yung ana. So, it takes about twice as long to circle the Sun and Pluto. So what about other comparisons? Sige, let's try. So let's try this within the kuan, within the kanang solar system. So what about the temperature when about Neptune and Uranus? Okay, what's the difference between the temperature of Uranus and Neptune? Sige, I would like to answer. Let's try to compare the kanang kuan, their temperatures. Be, who would like to try? Wala?
If negative miss kay kuan na siya. Di ba bugnaw?
Yes, it's negative.
So, in conclusion, I think kuan Neptune is 10 Fahrenheit colder than Uranus. I think
10 degrees
10 degrees
colder.
uh,
Okay, very
than
good. So,
Uranus.
than Uranus. So, very good, no? So, ingon ana, you have to compare. Pero what about when we look at Venus and Mercury? What about their temperature? Let's have kuan. Let's have the others de. Let's have um Clarence.
Kuan miss kana ang Venus is mas init kaysa sa Mercury.
Why is that? Na ang Venus is ang Mercury man untang mas duol.
Ang kuan miss ang Mercury ang init kaysa sa Venus.
Are you sure? The temperature says that dili siya mas init. More mas init ang. So why do you think kaha?
Kay mas Venus and Mercury miss.
Yes.
Time first.
No? Kita ka?
Oh miss. Ako sa Zoom miss.
So ngano kaha nga mas 800 Fahrenheit ang Venus niya, 300 ra ang kuan, Mercury. But Mercury is nearer than to the sun. No?
Try miss.
Okay, Eliza?
Ang Venus kay mas init siya kaysa sa Mercury miss. Kay way back sa katong mga elementary lessons miss, ang Venus daw kay ang atmosphere sa Venus kay made up of mga gases like greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, like that miss.
Okay, so maudi ay. So what about Renalyn? What can you say?
Kuan miss, mas init ang Venus kaysa sa Mercury bisan mas duol ang Mercury sa Sun kay tungod sa topographic nga characteristic sa Venus miss kay ang Venus is known siya nga planet nga puno og volcanoes.
Okay, very good, no? So, muna siya, ang rason di ay, Clarence, no? Munang mas init ang Venus kaysa sa Mercury. Kay
Okay miss.
tungod, okay, kay tungod na siya ay daghang volcanoes nga naka-appear. Although ang Venus is a little far sa Mercury, no? Kay ingana mas init siya tungod sa iyang mga volcanoes. Okay, what else? What about the number of moons between Earth and Pluto? Yeah, who would like to try? Who would like to try? Let's have Angelica. Angelica sa Makasero.
Same ra ilang number of moons miss sa Earth ug Pluto.
Okay, so good, no? So they have equal number of moons between Earth and Pluto. Okay, what about the difference on the orbital period of Mars and Neptune? What's the difference of the orbital period of Mars and Neptune? Sige, Jerome.
Mas dali maka-orbit ang Mars kaysa sa Neptune miss around the sun.
Okay, kaya nga naman. What's
Kay
the difference between the two?
kay gamay naman ang ilang kuan distance ay mas
Okay.
gamay man ang distance sa kuan sa Mars kaysa sa ito ni ito Neptune eh.
Distance?
Mas dol ay sa orbital miss
Mm.
mas gamay yung orbital period ang Mars kaysa sa Neptune.
Okay, so dako kay sa difference no by how much man kuan. By how much ang ilang difference?
Isa may sa usang pagtingin.
Okay.
Around 59,113 days miss.
No, so dako kay lang difference no. So 59,000. Then ingana. So mas meaning so mas dugay mo orbit ang kuan Neptune. So let's try 59,000 divided by 360 166 years ay siya maka full orbit sa sun. Whereas 687 divide 365 one kaping almost 2 years ra ang Mars, no? Dako kay sila difference, okay? So, nasabtan ra everyone? Do you have questions? Kinsa may si amahan 1F? Makuyawan man sa tanay amahan diri. How are you, amahan 1F? Mga kuya, lagi mo mga ngalan no, nasa ganina, Zoom user. Okay.
Ako
Sige.
si Miss Rafa Lamada.
Ikaw na si Rafa. Okay. So, aside ni Rafa, napit si amahan diri, no? Sige, go. Sige, so now let's have the next one. Okay. So, let's have sit to work. Okay. For this sit to work, okay, please read sa RDN, please read the to sit to work.
A study conducted at Manatee Community College revealed that students who attended class 95 to 100% of the time usually receive an A in the class. Students who attended class 80 to 90% of the time usually receive A, B, or C in the class. Students who attended class less than 80% of the time usually receive a D or an F or eventually withdrew from the class. Based on the information, attendance and grades are related. The more you attend class, the more likely it is you will receive a higher grade. If you improve your attendance, your grades will probably improve. Many factors affect your grade in a course. One factor that you have considerable control over is attendance. You can increase your opportunities for learning by attending class more often.
Okay, good. So, muna siya yung sit to work day. But we will try to answer this one later na, no? We will continue lang sa ato ang kuan discussion. Okay? What are the variables under study? So, muna inyong pangitaon. What are the data in the study? Are descriptive, inferential, or both types of statistics used? What is the population under study? What